Tennessee.
Tennessee. So take me to another place. Take me to another land.
Leaving Bob People's place. You know, Bob is, for all intents and purposes, he's really good people. He built a hostel in the back of his house just for hikers. So, and he does so much for the trail. You have no idea. He does what's called hardcore, and he takes hikers out, and we actually maintain the trail. We do a lot of things. I worked out with him in 2005, and believe me, that's hard work. I'm talking shovel, axe, pick, anvil, rock, sledgehammer, the whole nine. And we did a lot of trail work. He used to give out patches. I got a patch. I was number 127. And you know, you just know that you had a little something to do with the trail that everybody loves so well. Now, what makes Kinkora special is, as I said before, his particular hostel is ran by donation only. And every year you'll get hikers break into the box, take the money, run. And, you know, so I wait to see him directly, and I pay him directly. He and I just met. He did a shuttle for some people going out. And, I mean, he's an older gentleman that still believes in the goodwill of man. Don't get me wrong. I believe man is inherently good. But there's a caveat with that. Temptation's the mother, okay? That's the thing. If you tempt somebody, I mean, anybody can do great. For example, anybody could be a model prison inmate. There's no temptation. You lock him in a cell for 23 hours a day. What is he going to do but read the Bible? And it's the same way. You put a monk on a mountain somewhere. All right, dude, there's no temptation. What, you know, so he'll sit there and he'll pray. But now you take that same person that means well in their heart and you throw him in the heart of temptation, and what's going to happen? So what I'm saying is, it's okay to believe in the goodwill of man, but at the same time, you got to know that there are a lot of temptations going around there. That's pretty much, you know, that adds the X factor is all I'm saying. If you don't have faith, then that's just that much more where they're going to lean towards doing whatever they want. If you have faith and you get weak, then at least you can fall back and be like, Lord, give me strength. Anyway, I'm babbling, but check this out. There's a thin line between being a hiker and being homeless. And to be truthful, you won't know the difference at first sight. But when you see places like Bob People's, okay, that hostel where it's donation only and hikers can just crash there, and you got places on the trail, Damascus in particular, where the church will buy a piece of land just for the hikers during hiking season, okay? And it has the showers and all that stuff. And what you'll come to realize is you'll get people that just move in and you have no idea, and you'll be like, oh, I get it now. But what if you're hiking, you meet this person in the woods, you befriend them, the next thing you know, it's like you got a second child. For some reason, you're paying for more and you're doing more, and you're just thinking, oh, we're just hikers, that's the way it is. And then you realize, oh, this person isn't a hiker at all. He's just out here in the woods during the season taking advantage of everything. So at the end of the day, you got to know you came out here alone, you leave alone. You got to hike your own hike. So if you want to come out here and start forging relationships, you don't know these people. You don't know what's going on. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but once they get inside your heart and get inside your head, then, you know, you're pretty much hooked. So just be careful, be forewarned, and just stay focused, you know. You're here to do your miles. I met somebody last night that started the trail February 10th. This is April 17th. I started March 13th. It's like, dude, what are you doing? But don't get me wrong, I'm not judging. Hike your own hike, you know. I'm just saying, you got to stay focused. And like I said before, you don't necessarily need an itinerary. It's just not necessary. But you know when you're dragging. You know when you're spending too much time. You know when you're just like spending too much time in towns and this, that, and the other. So, you know, you got to be your own judge. You got to be your own coach. You got to be that you got to listen to that voice in the back of your head to be like, okay, if my hike is over, then I need to go home. Why am I still here? Why am I lingering? That kind of thing. All right, you're in for a beautiful day today. Check this out. Not only that, but I'm going to show you a waterfall and a river that is, I would actually swim in this. I told you before, we passed a lake and I'm like, yeah, black people don't get in that. I'm going to show you something a black person would get into, and it is awesome. Okay, out here. By the way, remember I told you there's a hostel that's actually closed, not the hostel, but a shelter that's closed because of the bear. Well, that shelter is 9 miles from here. Because I did 23 and I stayed at Bob's People's Place, I can naturally pass over this shelter, okay, and go to the next one where I wouldn't have had a choice before. So I haven't really looked at my book, but I'm going to the shelter 9 miles. Okay, I'm going to the shelter that's after the one that's 9 miles from here. What does that mean? That could be anywhere from a 17-mile day to a 16-mile day. I don't know. I'm going to look at my book when I get to this where the shelter's supposed to be and let you know from there. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I'm going to the second shelter, so that could be anywhere from a 16 to a 17-mile day out here. This is one of the most beautiful stretches of trail you'll ever see. Right? You know this is beautiful. Don't even try to deny it. And you ain't seen nothing yet. That's got to be at least class 3 rapids. Keep in mind, it's been raining a lot. It's going to be too dangerous for me to hold this camera and hike at the same time, so. We're going down there. Now these are class 4, class 5 rapids. As I said before, usually it's tame, but we had a lot of rain. Now begins our descent to the water. This is so dangerous. I'm not there yet, but you can feel it and you can hear it. This is Laurel Falls. And we're still going down. I went to Niagara Falls once, and I took a boat to the base of the falls called the Maiden of the Mist. And that's the energy that I feel when I'm sitting here. Now, the trail is this way. I could continue down and get right up on it, but I can feel the mist, the spray on my face right now, and because of my electronics, I don't think I want to risk it. But believe me, this is awesome. You wanna take a shower, you wanna have fun, that's where you go. You get right up under there. Understand, this is tame. I mean, this is nothing like it's supposed to be. It's usually a little bit more tamer than this, but all it's been doing was raining, so. But it's not over yet. We're gonna walk right past this. It gets better out here. Class 2 rapids, maybe even 3s, to be honest with you. It's like you're hiking through a canyon. Rocks all around you, water on the opposite side. Okay, check this out. That right there is a white blaze. That's the trail. See that white blaze? You see the high water line? You see how fast this water's moving? Right now, I have to navigate a course from where I'm standing across here. That's water. Those are slippery rocks. And you have to get across that. Check that out. There's no other part on the trail you're going to come to that's quite like this. I'm not going to try to attempt to hold the camera and do this at the same time, but when I get to a precarious situation, I'll let you see. One wrong slip, all your electronics is gone, and given the weight on your back and the force of this current, you could very likely lose your life out here. Believe it or not, I'm on the trail. Look how close I am. This isn't me showing off. This is the trail. This is how close and precarious you are. That's the white blaze I showed you. I'm sure this water is at least 50 degrees. And although 50 degrees may sound warm, that's hypothermia, believe me. But at any rate, if I wanted to go swimming, if this was a hot day, this is where I would do it. This whole area right here. Would I drink this water? No. I mean, not without treating, but anyway. See how close? Look at these little narrow rocks you got to go to traverse. This is as close as you're going to get. Now we're going to veer up this way. But it's awesome. And it's beautiful out here. The vibrations here are awesome. You can just feel yourself sinking with nature all around you. I know that's a bit esoteric, but just say everything sounds nice. That's all. You can't get this in the city. You just can't. You're submersed. Your senses are submersed. It's beautiful. That right there is the Laurel Fork Shelter, Appalachian Shelter. I'm not going there since I'm not staying. So, if you want to have fun, you can plan a short day, go to this shelter, put your stuff up and go down and go swimming, you know? All right. This is Wataga Lake that I'm descending into. I passed a hiker about a mile up on the trail coming down the mountain. He asked me if I'd seen a Sawyer filter, so apparently he dropped a piece of his equipment. So this is what he did. He dropped probably $450 worth of equipment and a pack right here by the road. Okay? And decided to hike backwards and look for his filter. That's just stupid. I warned you about that. These people know about hikers. They know what gear is worth. Don't ever do something like that. That is just, it's ludicrous. He didn't even try to hide it. Anyway, it takes every kind of people out here. If you go down this street, you'll reach a city called Helen. If you just want to go into town. This is the lake. You'll see a whole lot of civilians here. It's a really nice lake. You walk around this lake long enough, you're gonna come to a shelter. The one that's actually closed that I told you about. Right now the time is 12:30, so I got more than enough time to hit the next shelter. Don't ask me how far it is, I couldn't tell you just yet. But we'll get there when we get there, and I'll let you know. Bye. Most people don't know, but here at Wataga Lake, as soon as you cross the street, right there is a restroom. It's male and female, real working water, all that. And so if you had to get water or something like that, or just use a real restroom, it's all right there. And believe it or not, that's like an alcove. So since the shelter is closed and you get in late, you can sleep right there, just right up under the thing. Use it like a shelter. You can see the geese grazing. Yep. Looks like we're 8 miles out. The one shelter is a mile from here and that's closed. Venter being the next one. 8 miles from now. It's 12:43. Sounds like a good hike.
This is the danger zone, the sign of the time, say the heat is on. Mankind, you better prepare. I got it from an angel, the Lord is here. Tell me something, how you gonna ride? It's about that time for you to take sides. You can turn a blind eye if you wanna. The Bible say the devil's gonna come, and he's gonna. I saw some dark shadows moving through the grass, and when I looked up, 4 horse rode past. I said a small prayer, then I armed myself, ready to go. But then the last rider said, whoa. He turned to me, I couldn't look away. And then he said, I'm the 4th beast, and it's on today, on today. And these are the days of our lives. No mistaking about it, these are the days of our lives. Living in fear, hoping that the kingdom of God is near. Generation X, what can come next? Heaven only knows what's in effect. Destruction of nations, revelations, trying to save my soul from eternal damnation. So I'm coming out the backfield running, bringing the truth with no hate, just loving, taking names and keeping score. I'm here to let you know up front that there is a Lord. There ain't no defense strong enough, line long enough. I'm coming with the power of Christ and I'm blowing up. Look out below, I'm coming through. Show you what the power of the Lord can do. Like a race car rev, I'm humming. From the backfield coming. Evil is around us, it has found us. Sin is in our blood and like a dog it hounds us. Nowhere to run, cause you can't hide. Can't escape the beast when the demon's inside. Since I'm lost in a maze of confusion, led by illusion, blinded by the things which do appear. We are distressed, broken and depressed, sliding closer to oblivion, the devil's nest. And so I'm coming out the backfield on streaks of light. One man's attempt to make things right, trying to inspire a nation with just a pen. Lord-driven words to remove the sin. How we gonna move? We gonna come up through the back streets, the prison cells, picking up the last to lead, cause those the ones with nothing to lose. We gonna come out the backfield, spreading the news, talking about Christ is Lord and Jesus is way. We gonna take this motherfucker back, starting today. Today, those who are last will be first. They gonna come up from the bottom, leaving the curse, saying, Lord, I know I was wrong. Give me a second chance, make me strong. And I promise, anything you need, they stand in your way. I will make them bleed, and they will come for you. On a straight course, bringing hell's fire, feeling no remorse. The Lord's legion, women and men, sanctified and born again. And you gon' be like, how can this be? You're supposed to be the good guys, let us go free. Now can we join hands and pray? And they gon' be like, not today. Coming out the backfield running, bringing the truth with no hate, just loving, taking names and keeping score. I'm here to let you know up front that there is a Lord, Coming out the backfield running, bringing the truth with no hate, just loving, taking names and keeping score. I'm here to let you know up front that there is a Lord.